morning continues on the Big 550 KTRS.
All right, time to check the markets with Dwayne Thomas. Good morning, Dwayne Thomas.
Good morning, McGraw.
All right, so we were, tooling along yesterday, and we had our issues, but then I guess at the end of the day, the bottom fell out of the whole thing.
The buyers just stepped aside, and that's basically what happened. The Dow dropped 608 points, finishing at 24,583. That's a 2.4% drop for the day. The tech-heavy NASDAQ fell over 300 points. For them, that's a 4.4% drop for the day. So we had a decent year at the end of the third quarter, but September 30 seems a long ways away right now.
What was why did tech take it so hard yesterday?
Well, Texas Instruments, the day before, we talked about this yesterday morning, had reported not just weak, disappointing numbers, but they also said chip sales are going to slow next year. And then AMD in the morning also reported disappointing numbers. And so that's hitting all of tech. You also have to realize these chip companies don't just make chips for computers, phones, things like that. They make chips for autos, for washers, for dryers, for microwaves, for so many different things. So it's also viewed as a potential, is the economy slowing also?
Yeah, all right, good point. All right, let's get to some more info. I guess that it wasn't a very good number when it came to new home sales.
They plunged to a 2-year low. So rising mortgage rates is blamed for it. That's people looking at right now. And again, home building stocks, companies like that, mortgage companies, those stocks are dropping as well because if it's a slowdown in housing, it's more of a slowdown. And you combine that with the fact that everybody's saying the Fed keeps raising interest rates and they're going to raise again in December and maybe several more next year. So, again, the economy has really been fantastic, but it seems like it's either too hot or too cold. And there's not that much as too cold. It's the worry, the fear of it becoming too cold.
Yeah, that's the Goldilocks defense. All right, I get new home sales, but AB-InBev, those earnings are down?
That was a shocker. So they reported early this morning, and Wall Street really didn't expect that. So the stock's going to be down pretty heavy today. They're also announced cutting their dividend 50%.
Wow.
So cutting the dividend in half. Earnings were 82. I said in the beginning earnings were down. They were not actually down. Earnings were actually up. They were expecting $1.03. They came in at 82 cents. So 20% below expectations. And again, it's a lot about expectations. They were actually up for the quarter. But on that news, management announced they were going to cut the dividend in half. Remember, a lot of their sales, Brazil is their second biggest beer market. You have a lot of third world nations that they sell a lot of beer to. And so with the currency fluctuations and different things going on, I think they're just trying to protect themselves. But the dividend cut, they don't have the loyalty to the people the way old Anheuser-Busch did with their dividend and earnings growth.
I was going to say a 50% cut in the dividend. That I very rarely hear that.
Exactly, and that's a classic reason why you diversify investments. We talk with clients, whether it's AT&T or Anheuser-Busch or anybody else, and they'll have 40, 50, 60% of their assets in one company, and they love a dividend,
right,
and they're married to the dividend. But things happen. This is why you diversify.
Sometimes the dividend cheats on you. Sometimes the dividend does not come home after work.
Exactly.
Quickly, we got Microsoft earnings. That was good news.
Fantastic earnings yesterday. Sales up 19%, earnings up 34%. Tesla reported yesterday their most positive earnings quarter ever, profit over $300 million. They were expected to lose money, and they made a $300 million profit. Mm-hmm. So there's some good numbers right there, and those are the numbers that are going to lift the market this morning. So we're looking at the Dow futures up about 195 points. So a little rebound to start the day. But at the end of today, we've got earnings from Amazon, Alphabet, which is Google, and Intel. So those three are going to carry the day for tomorrow morning.
Plot thickens. Dwayne Thomas, good stuff this morning from Stifel Nicholas. Have a good day. Thanks.
Thank you.